What it is, folks, your homeboy Fur back again with another episode of the realest, most entertaining sports show in the game. Put it on something. Solo dolo for the promo right now, but you will see my brother Tim G. Jacob later on in the program. You understand? Before we get into it, make sure y'all go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Make sure you share this with all of your people. You dig? You are part of something unique, something special as we continue to grow, and that's because of you. You feel me? But Jackson State remained unbeaten versus Campbell. They remained unhumbled versus Campbell. So I think it's only right that I strike up the mother fucking band. Let's go. It feels good. It feels good. Sonic Boom turned up per usual for homecoming. You understand? You know, before I give y'all the realest rundown in sports media, just gotta say, so impressed with the Boom. Even though ESPN was on some bullshit, I wasn't able to make the game, y'all. Had to take my wife to a funeral. So I decided to stay at the house and gear up for that. You know what I'm talking about? I appreciate the real one. I want to say that's Israel. Appreciate you, real one, for your condolences. Real talk. So I wasn't able to make the game. Had to watch the goddamn game through ESPN Plus, and they on some bullshit. And they ain't show the whole halftime, but I did see the Boom play. No place like home from 227. What y'all know about 227? What y'all know about that? You know what I'm talking about? Some of y'all young boys and girls, y'all don't know nothing about that shit. Y'all don't know about that. All right, but shout out to the Boom per usual. Okay. But let's get into the realest rundown of sports media. You feel me? The players of the game got to shout them out off top. Okay. That's one, Mr. Aubrey Miller Jr., and that's Mr. Savion Wilkerson. Okay. These young men are ballers. I told y'all they ballers. Okay. And I appreciate them mightily for coming on, put it on something. You feel me? As I've said before, some of your favorite players, some of your favorite coaches left me on red. You know what I'm talking about? And I love to do the interviews. And I know y'all love the interviews. You know what I'm talking about? But I really love to do the interviews because I love to make people feel great, especially with the intro. You know what I'm talking about? But I strike out on a lot of them. But the old Kings came on, and y'all see why I'm so enthusiastic about them as players. They showed their motherfucking ass, and you'll be able to see that through the realest rundown. But let's get into it. All right. In the first quarter, defense came out, forced a turnover on downs. Okay. We got the number one defense in all the fucking country. I don't give a damn. Swag, nothing. FCS. The whole country. We got that. Okay. And they showed why versus Campbell. Okay. First possession, like I said, they forced a turnover on down. Campbell converted on the fourth down in their own territory. They came out holding no punches. Coach Miller was trying to get us. Okay. He was trying to get us. They went for it in their own fucking territory. Okay. They got that one. But then they went for it again in our territory. And we stuffed them that time. Okay. On the ensuing drive for us, Alejandro kicked a 23-yard. They made it 3-0. All right. Our first two plays went to Travis. You know, Travis back. First time since the FAMU game. It's homecoming. Huge crowd. over 50,000 folks up in that motherfucker, you know what I'm talking about? And number one player in the country. So yeah, you try to give him the ball. Okay, I understand that right there. I don't understand it later on in the game. We'll talk about that. All right. But also on that drive, Mr. Wilkinson converted the fourth down, with a nice run. You know, it's just one of the many great things he did during this game. All right. On Campbell's next possession, they end up scoring. On a scramble by their quarterback, it was a brilliant scramble. Got to give it to him. He dove in the end zone, looked like Superman and shit like that. All right. But as I said, it's tough to score on us without something happening, big play, some kind of penalty by us, some kind of blown assignment, you know, something freakish, you know what I'm talking about. And we did aid them on this drive with an illegal substitution penalty. Okay. After that, though, again, I told you Campbell was not holding any punches. They tried a little pooch kick. Okay. They tried a little pooch. It's like Coach Miller knew what our defense represents. And I don't know if he really respected our offense like that. You know, because some of the risks he was taking was like, okay, I got to try to get this on them. You know what I'm saying? Because they ain't gonna give up much. I gotta trick them some kind of way. I got to use all 4 downs to get them. And if I don't get it, you know, I feel comfortable, you know, stopping their offense. That seemed like the approach he took in this particular game. All right. Luckily, though, we were able to recover it. But we weren't able to really do anything with the ball once we got it. All right. We were forced to punt. Shador tried to scramble, pick up a 3rd and 6, but that failed. All right. On to the second quarter. Defense got a sack, fumble, and recovery. And that gave us great field position. But we couldn't capitalize on it. Not with a tub. Okay. So Alejandro ended up kicking another field goal that made the score 7-6. Campbell, we had to convert on a 4th and 8 on this drive. Okay. And we were about to go for it again near the goal line, but we end up getting a false start penalty, and that's when we end up settling for the field goal. Again, red zone issues have plagued us all damn year. We must fix this. We must fix this now. And Coach knows it. He said we tried everything in terms of trying to fix the sluggish starts for the offense and everything. You got to stick to it. Because we don't want that same feeling from last year. Okay. Now, I put in my notes that I ended up missing several minutes of the fucking game because ESPN was on that bullshit. Now, some folks saying it's not ESPN. Some folks saying it's Jackson State's feed that's being sent to ESPN. I don't know what the case is. All I know is some bullshit. Okay. And I'm sick of it now. Okay. Shout out to HBCU Go. Shout out to them. Okay. I've seen some great telecasts from them. Okay. And they show the damn bands at halftime, by the way. All right. But I digress. So when I finally picked back up, I saw that the defense forced the punt. They pinned us inside the 5, though. We ended up being forced to punt. That gave Campbell great field position. Campbell ended up turning it over on downs. They ran a fake punt on our ass. Again, they were pulling out everything, America. They're pulling out everything. All right. So look what they've gone for. By this time, we ain't at the first half yet. By this time, they've already gone for it on 4th in their own territory. They've tried a pooch kick on us. Then they tried a fucking fake punt. This is all in the first half. All right. But we played it well. We played it very well. And we ended up getting it. Now, Alejandro went on to kick a 20-yard field goal that made it 9-7. But again, we're not taking full advantage of these situations. Well, look what I'm saying. We had a sack, fumble, get that short field, end up in 3. We turn them over on downs. We're not capitalizing on them with a tub, though. You feel me? But before I get out of that first half, let me address something. Hey, real ones, we got to band together on this one, okay? And we got to talk to the game crew, whoever in the over the PA system during the game. We got to get a message to them or something, okay? Out of love for the game experience and to help the team. We supposed to make noise when the defense on the field. We supposed to make noise when our defense is on the field. Okay? Not when our offense is on the field. We need the offense to be able to communicate. We need Shador to be able to look over there to the coach staff, get whatever sign they trying to get him, and be able to audible at the line, make his checks at the line. We need everybody to know they're blocking assignments. We need to know who the hot route is, all that kind of shit. That we need to go on. We need to be able to hear. That boy need to be able to talk to them folks, and they need to be able to hear him. So we don't need, when it's 4th and 3, we don't need the PA announcer telling the crowd, make some noise. We don't need that. We don't need, while we got the ball and driving, the PA announcer telling everybody, homecoming crowd. Can I get a J Stay fired up? Hell no, not right now. We can fire it up when Campbell come back on the field. When their offense come back on the field, let's fire that motherfucker up then. Okay? It's almost slick like we don't have a home field advantage because we don't be yelling at the right time. And you know, a lot of that comes from the PA announcer, you know, because the crowd go take their keys from him. You know what I'm saying? So we got to stop that. Somebody tell that king. Okay? I know you're enthusiastic, King, but let's bring out that enthusiasm at the right time. Okay? We need the offense to be able to do their thing. Once they get in the end zone, okay, yeah, then go crazy. But when the defense is on the field and we're trying to make it harder for the opposing team's offense, that's when Jay stay fired up and all that kind of shit. Okay. All right. Let's get that word to the king. Okay. All right. But third quarter, we came out. We were forced to punt off top. Drive. However, defense did their thing per usual, and they forced a punt. Aubrey got a big sack on this drive, and like I said before, league that man, please. League him. Okay. So I put out one of them throwback clips when I said that he's the Ray Lewis of Jackson State. I meant that shit. I meant that. Now I rarely look at comments. Okay, so please forgive me, real ones. You've been saying some real shit to me, and you feel like I haven't responded to you. I just don't be reading comments because I be cussing people out. But usually when I interview somebody, I do look at those, to just see what people are saying about the interviewee. Okay, so I checked out the clip, the comment under the clip, and some motherfucker talking about Aubrey ain't nowhere near Ray Lewis. No, motherfucker, I'm not saying he's Ray Lewis. I said that in the clip. I'm saying he's the Ray Lewis of Jackson State. I'm saying what Ray did for the Ravens, that's what he's doing for Jackson State in terms of he's very physical. He's our middle linebacker. He's vocal as a motherfucker. And he's everywhere. He's flying around the field. You saw him. The man with this first team all swag. What we talking about? And as of right now, you got to put him down as a swag defensive player of the year, do you not? What the fuck we talking about? Quit hating on that young man. Shit. He's a baller. League him, please. League him. But I digress, okay? When we got the ball back, finally, we saw some innovation. We saw some creativity in the play calling, okay? And what did it result in? A touchdown, all right? We ran play action, looks like play action, nothing dramatic. Rolled Shador out to the right. He threw back across the field to Mr. Stevens, the tight end. Touchdown. Sometimes you got to scheme these boys open. You can't just sit up there and expect them to win the route every damn time, or in the running game just for the guys to win the block every time, okay? You can do that when you're facing an inferior opponent, who Campbell. We were better than them. We're better than 8 points. We're more than 8 points better than them. If our offense comes to the party, we would have shown that. Okay. But you can't just expect the young men to just win their assignments all the time. Sometimes you gotta scheme that shit. And you saw that. I wish we would have done more of that. Being creative in the passing game. Let's be creative in the run game. Okay? It resulted in a tub. So I'm hoping going forward, as we can practice and going forward, we start to add more creative looks, little wrinkles into the game, to the offense. Okay. So clearly it worked. All right. But that game made the game 15-7 because the extra point got blocked. Okay. Next drive, defense forced the punt. Aubrey had a tackle for a loss on a third down on this. He was everywhere. Named just all through here. Okay. We were forced to punt on our next drive. Mr. Gaines dropped the pass that would have converted a first down. Defense forced to punt, but then Mr. Gaines muffed the punt. Okay. That sent him to the bench, at least for his special teams duties. All right. On our next possession, Mr. Martin fumbled the ball around their 10. Okay. So a lot of miscues. So yeah, it shows that we won by 8 points. But like I told y'all in the preview, clearly the better team, man. We're clearly the better team. Okay. That showed throughout the game. They had that one damn drive at the beginning of the game, but near the beginning of the game. Then they had another score in garbage time. Other than that, they got blanked. Okay. But our offense, red zone, that's a red zone turnover. And we got another red zone turnover coming. Oh, and we also had points taken off the board because we had a safety that was taken away from us because of roughing the pass. I told y'all quarterbacks don't play football. Campbell's quarterback threw the ball away in the end zone, okay? Because Aubrey was bearing down on him, okay? He hit the man. The man threw the ball to nobody. That was intentional grounding. But they called roughing the pass on Aubrey. And if you go and look at that, it was a textbook tackle. Now, I guess they talking about how he got up. Go look at the fucking clip. What you want the man to do? You can't do shit. They want you to lovingly console these quarterbacks now. They want you to play some Jodeci and hug their quarterback and gently lay them down. Like Kixie 107 FM. Y'all know about Kixie 107 if you from Jacktown. God damn. Let these men play football, man. That wasn't nothing malicious. You gotta stop this. All right, but that took 2 points off the goddamn board. But Aubrey ended up making the tackle that ended that drive. Okay. Now, this is what I was talking about. Another situation where we took points off the board our damn self. Shador ended up throwing a pick in the red zone, trying to force the ball to Travis. Coach Prime admitted that was dumb. Okay. He also said, hey, with a talent like Travis, you got to try to give him the ball. I understand that. And, when you get a recruit like that, you want to make sure he gets some numbers because you want to get him drafted as well. You want to make sure Shador get his numbers. You want to get him drafted. These are the kind of things that do go into coaching, y'all. Okay. I remember during my coaching days, we were at some big showcase event for high school basketball here in Mississippi. We went to so many, I can't remember the exact one, but it was some big showcase event. And there was a player on another team. The game before ours, he showed out. He might have had a 40 ball or something. Showed out. So my partner, the head coach, we were talking, he was like, he wanted to make sure that our kid, our 5-star point guard, and he also put on a comparable performance. So he let it be known we're gonna run a lot of screen roll actions, a lot of plays to put him in advantageous positions to go do numbers. Okay. Because we felt like we're going to win the game no matter what, but we want to make sure he got numbers as well and put on a good showing. That kind of shit happens in coaching. Okay. It really does. Okay. So that play right there, that's what that seemed like. Like, okay, it's homecoming. We say this man can play both ways. We want to get him a touchdown here on homecoming. That was bad. Can't have that shit. All you gotta do is run the damn ball. That's all you gotta do. Just run the goddamn ball. Get the ball out in the end zone. Okay. But defense ended up forcing the punt. We were forced to punt on a dry ass drive. Defense forced another punt. But then finally, what we do? We gave Mr. Wilkerson the damn ball. That's what we did. Finally, we gave him the ball, and he was amazing on this drive. Okay, he showed finesse, he showed power, had a spin move, broke a tackle, scored a touchdown. Give Mr. Wilkerson the damn ball. Okay, and as I alluded to previously, Campbell ended up scoring their last touchdown. We were kind of laid back defensively. You know what I'm saying? We didn't want to let them score, but you could tell we weren't bringing the same kind of heat like we were early in the game. You know what I'm talking about? But we got the ball back, and it was it. That was a wrap. All right. So 22-14. I'll take it. I still think it shouldn't have been that close. Offense got to come to the fucking party. Defense keeps doing their damn thing. Okay. Coach Bartolone, you got to come on with it, brother. You got to come on with it now. Okay. We want to see some creativity. We don't want to see this predictability. That shit that you did to get the touchdown to Stevens. Let's see more of that. Okay. Because that defense going to be that defense. That defense going to be that defense. Okay. We need the offense to come on to the party. Okay. But with all that said, Jack State still remains undefeated, unblemished, and unhumbled. Put it on, son.
Thank you so much for watching my daddy's YouTube channel. Make sure you like, share, and turn on your post notifications. Okay, how do I do it?